We gotta get ready, get ready. We gotta get ready, get ready.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? What is going on? How's everyone doing this wonderful, terrific Tuesday? How's it going? How's it going? I'm back on here today, and I ain't gonna be on here that long. I just wanted to share a little bit of what God gave me today, and I really wanted to talk too, anyways, on kindness and compassion. Kindness and compassion, y'all. Um, it's important. That's important thing too. Kindness and compassion, and sometimes it's really hard to show kindness and compassion. But I just wanted to share with you a little bit what I found to be true when it comes to kindness and compassion. Um, I was reading today, and I wrote down some things regarding kindness and showing compassion, and seeing kindness and compassion through the eyes of God brings us to the realm of divine love, unconditional grace, and the sacred presence. When you embody kindness through God's perspective, it transcends mere human emotion. It becomes a holy offering, a direct reflection of a divine working through us, well, working through you and I. And it's important. It really is. It's really important. As far as when it comes to kindness and compassion, because everybody don't show compassion. Everybody doesn't. Kindness, I mean, nowadays, in the times that we're living now, it's hard to find people that are compassionate about other people, or just compassionate in general with certain things, even things that they do, you know. And kindness, I mean, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a long way. And you know, one thing about it, one thing is, God's love is unconditional. And through God's eyes, kindness is not earned, it is freely given. So it's freely given. Kindness is freely given. Compassion is not based on worthiness, but on the truth that every soul is loved. Every soul is beloved. You know, so, and it says, I'm reading real quick what it says in Romans, but God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. That's love. He showed his love. That's the love he showed for us. You know, so it's important as far as love, kindness, compassionate, and then again too, from this lens, every act of kindness is an echo of the unfailing love God has for creation. To be compassionate is to participate in the divine rhythm of grace. So another thing that I wrote down, these are just some things that I wrote down that I wanted to share. Kindness as a divine attribute. God's nature is compassion. When you are kind, you are not simply being nice. You are stepping into your divine identity, mirroring God's own heart. So when you're kind, you're not doing it just to be nice. Well, you should be kind because of God, and you're mirroring God. But but as far as being nice and compassionate and kind, that's something that you should want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you should want to do. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. That's how he is. And we should want to be like that. You know, we do run into people in everyday life that is like, who wants to try to be considerate? Who wants to be kind? Especially when people don't do you right. It's hard to show compassion. It's hard to show kindness to people. But you know, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong showing kindness and compassion. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not an easy task to do. Let me tell you, because for me, I've always showed compassion and kindness. Now there was some times, in my younger days that, I was never a mean person towards people or anything else, but I was always kind of standoffish. I just kind of stood off. I didn't really just gravitate to people like that. But as I got older, And when I got into the healthcare field and I started taking care of elderly people, and I'm gonna tell you, you have to have a compassion. You have to be compassionate for that. I mean, some people do. Everybody can't work in healthcare. Everybody can't do it. Some people do it, and I done seen people in some of the places that I work with. People will come there, work there just per se for the money, whatever, and not really care about the residents. But my thing is, you have to be compassionate about that. Taking care of elderly people that have dementia or whatever it is, you have to have a compassion. And I have a compassion for that. I no longer do it right now because of some of the things I went through physically in my health-wise. But, if I was able to get back into doing that, I probably would do it again. Because I have a compassion for that. I have a love for that, to help other people, especially elderly people. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll help anybody that I can help. But when it comes to them and, experience some of the things that they go through, you have to be kind and compassionate. You have to show that, because a lot of the people that I've worked with were dementia patients. And they really don't know. They don't even know why they're there. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even know you. I mean, they'll get to know you on a regular basis because you're there every day, but still they don't even know why they're there. So, and I learned just from working in the healthcare field and taking care of these residents, that, boy, I was just like, that was compassion. That was compassion, and that's something that I love doing. And I think too, when I first got into the healthcare, as far as taking care of that, I think because really at the time, my ex-husband, when he was sick, I was pretty much, assisting with him and everything. And then after that, I've been in it ever since, so the compassionate that I have for that is just, I just love it. And that's another thing. You can be compassionate for anything. You know what I'm saying? But kindness and compassion goes a long way. It goes a long way. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how somebody might just need just a certain word. I mean, somebody might just need just a hug or something. You never know what, I'm trying to find what else I have wrote on here. You never know what people are going through. Like it says, showing kindness and compassion daily. It's not just when you feel like it, and I get it. We run into some people that you were like, they don't need to deserve no compassion or kindness. But what would Jesus do? That's what I said. What would Jesus do? And then how would you want people to treat you? I would want people to treat me the same way that I treat them. And that's kindness, compassion. And one thing about it, when ways to show kindness and compassion daily is be present and truly listen. You know what I'm saying? You could be talking to somebody and you're not even really paying attention to them. That's not kindness. And that's not even showing that you care. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give someone your full attention without distraction. And let them feel seen and heard. Not that you just there like, okay, I wish they'd hurry up. Because people can tell by just from your facial, your body move, everything. They can tell if you don't want to be bothered or you're just there just to, But one thing about it, you got to let them feel seen and heard. And this is one of the most healing forms of compassion. Listening. Listening is often the only thing needed to help someone. Sometimes people just need you to listen. They just want to vent. They just want to just let you know what's going on. And even if you don't have nothing to say, just listen. Give that listening ear. Let them know that you're listening. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people just want you to hear. That's being kind. That's showing compassion. You might not even know what to say after they finish, but at least you took the time out to listen to them. That's important right there, just listening. I have learned to pay attention and listen. I was one of the people, I didn't always listen to. Somebody would tell me something, they'd be like, "Judy," especially if I really wasn't interested or what they had to say, they would be telling me, and I would just be like listening to them. And then they were like, "You heard what I said? Did you hear what I?" "Oh yeah." And then you knew me, I would just, no, I really didn't, y'all. I really didn't hear what they said because I wasn't interested and I wasn't showing compassion. I wasn't even showing that listening ear. But I know now that because my life has changed and God has just showed me so many different things, and showed me the importance it is for kindness and compassion, because that's how He is. God is kind. He is compassionate. He is loving. He is caring. I mean, and we should mirror the same way, but we don't. We don't. A lot of us, we don't. We don't have time to be kind or compassionate. But trust me, you could best believe if something was to go down, you would want somebody there to show some compassion, to be kind. You would. I know, because I would. If that was the case, I would too. And you got to speak words that uplift people. Speak words that encourage, showing kindness and compassion. They might be already feeling down. You need to speak words that's gonna speak life to them, encourage them. You need to encourage, affirm, bless them. You need to do that in order to show kindness and compassion. Even a simple "you're doing great" or "I'm proud of you," or any of that, it could change somebody's day. You never know what people. One thing about it, y'all, you never know what people are going through. We all go through something daily. We go through stuff daily. You know what I'm saying? And people need that. They need that. There's some people out there that's just walking around and just looking for somebody to show them kindness and compassion. Yeah, it really is. People just looking for kindness, compassion. And in the world that we're living in today, y'all, it's not that great. It's not that great. And now people are just don't know what to do. And it's even worse if you don't know Jesus. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is going on. My soul, I am anchored in God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see what's going on. I hear what's going on and whatnot, but I don't let that consume me. I keep moving forward. And that's what I'm saying. There are a lot of people that need to be shown that kindness and that compassion. Because like I said, you don't know what they're going through. Hey, just make it. How you doing? So yeah, you don't know what people are going through. So it's always important to show kindness and compassion. People are hurting out there. People are hurting, and people are not going to say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? People are just not going to do it. But it's left up to us, for all of us to show compassion to people that are hurting and that's going through. You might not even know them. You know how many people I run into? And I think for me, because I have been out there in the healthcare field and working with numerous of clients and stuff like that, but again, like I said, that type of work, you have to really be compassionate about it. But and I was, and I still am compassionate about it. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned just from taking care of those residents, that even when I go out to the store or something and see old people struggling, anybody struggling, but mainly a lot of times when you see older people struggling, lend a hand. That's kindness. That's compassion. Let them know you can help them. And I would help people. I'm going through myself. I've been down and out myself, but still, I take the time. If I'm out and about and I see somebody that needs help, I'm going to help them. Or I'm going to say, hey, how you doing, whatever. It don't hurt to speak to people. I have never seen so many people that don't speak to people. Like, they don't speak to people. That's something that I just don't understand. I don't understand it. And the thing about it is, people will look at you right in your face. Look at you right in your face and don't say nothing. You know, and that right there, I used to get mad at. I used to really get upset about that. I'd be like, why are you looking at me and you can't even say nothing to me? But you know what? I don't even bother with it no more, because you know what? I'm still going to show my kindness to you. And when you look at me, I'm going to say, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm going to make you say something to me, because I'm going to look right at you and I'm going to say something to you. Now, if I look right at you and say something to you and then you don't say anything to me, then, okay. Right, just make it, especially in the North. Especially, but you know what? It's like that down here in South Carolina. I'm telling you. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. And another thing, what I have seen is, even with the females down here, it really kind of probably like everywhere, but I've never seen so many females that feel like they're in competition. I'm not trying to compete with nobody. Nobody. I'm just trying to be, I'm who I am, who God made me who I am, and that's it. But I will speak to you. If I see you, I'm going to speak to you. If you looking at me while we walking past and I see you looking right in my face, I'm going to say something to you. I mean, I'm going to speak to you. You just say, yes, and South people are literally with, yeah, they do. They really do. They do. That's one thing about it. They will wave and stuff like that here in the South. But, you know, you got some parts down here, girl, that they don't. And I don't get it, right? I don't get it either. I don't understand it. But you know what? It's not left up to me to understand. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said this whole thing is about kindness and compassion. You know, and then you have to practice patience and forgiveness. Just like I just said, when people are rude or difficult, just respond with grace. And you know what? Let me tell you. One thing about that is I can say it, and I'm working on that too. I ain't going to say, thank you for the rose, girl. I'm not going to say that I'm perfect in that. I'm not perfect at all. But, you know, you do have to respond with grace. Now, that's one thing. Now, when me and my husband go somewhere, we can go out somewhere, and, you know, he's always like that, you know. He'll be like, you know, hey, be blessed, or God bless, or, you know, and I do too, you know. But then, you know, you got sometimes where people would just, they just act strange. And I guess when I pick up on it, my vibes be like, really? Where he be like, he just bless them. He be like, God bless, have a blessed day, or what have you. And let me tell you something. As soon as you tell and I know it to be true because I do it now to myself, but he's always done it. When you say, God, have a blessed day to somebody, or they say, how you doing? And you say, I'm blessed, or whatever, their whole disposition change. It changes. It totally changes. You know, and I've noticed that because, you know, I could be, like, especially checking out at, you know, cash register in the grocery store or something. And I can see the attitude of the person before I even get up there. You know, and by the time I get up there, I've been looked at their name and I call them by their name. But that's one thing, that get them right there because you call them by their name. And then I'll sit there and be like, how you doing today? Whatever, you know, whatever the conversation is. But by the time when I get ready to leave and I say, okay, you have a blessed day. And they'll be like, thank you, you too. Their whole disposition change. So it's all about your approach. You know what I'm saying? How you approach people as well. And that goes back to kindness. Compassionate. I'm telling you, y'all, people, we need it now. It's needed today. Because people are walking around here confused. People are walking around here scared because they don't know what's going to happen next. And just a kind word goes a long way. It goes a long way, you know. And like I said too, offer to help. Ain't nothing wrong with helping somebody. Open the door for a person. You know, can I carry your bag, or send somebody a message that day, or whatever, supportive message. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to do. It's so easy to go. Some people are not feeling it often as possibly feels good to be seen like exactly. No, you're right. Exactly. Some people not feeling it often. And it probably feels good to be seen like, yeah, some people ain't feeling it. You know, but some people it's I don't know. But the way the times that we're in right now, you need a village. I'm telling you, you need a village. You need somebody to support no matter what you're doing. You need a village. You need somebody. Yeah, it's scary. You know what? Times are scary, but it's only scary if you don't know Jesus. I'm just going to just point blank. You know, that's it. Because if you have, and I'm not, and don't get me wrong, just because I know you do have one. But if some people don't have a relationship with God, it will be scary to them. It definitely will be scary to them if they don't have that relationship with Him. You know, yeah, I'm not gonna say that I'm not scared. Am I concerned? Yeah, it's concerning, but I'm not scared because I know God is going to continue to take care of us over here. You said the worst thing now is there's so much confusion out there about who Jesus. Yeah, but if you read your Bible clearly, it's gonna tell you who Jesus is. It's gonna tell you, and that's the thing. People don't want to take the time. People don't want to take the time to get to know who He is. They don't want to get to know. We just say it's on purpose. I'm scared, but I'm working on it because I do, and I know you do. I'm gonna have to call you, girl, because we gonna have to talk. We gonna have to talk, but I know you do. I know you do. I mean, and clearly you are definitely a testimony. You are a testimony to what God has done in your life. I see it. Your business is booming. You're doing well. So you're definitely a testimony to what God is doing. So I know you trust God. And yeah, things are they can, like I said, they can appear to look scary to people that don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome. You that don't know. But when you know who you are in Christ, when you know that you know that you know, listen, you don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to worry about nothing. You just want to make sure that you got yourself together. To keep yourself together. So another and then again, another thing is you got to be kind to yourself. That's part of kind and compassion. Be kind to yourself. True compassion starts with how you treat your own mind and heart. Now that's something. How you treat your own self. Because people don't. How you treat your, and you got to treat yourself. Listen, I treat myself good. You gotta treat yourself. Take care of yourself. Keep yourself up. You know, whatever it is, you gotta take care of you. You know, I'm married. I take care of me, but I take care of my husband too. But you gotta always take that time for you. Take care of yourself. Self-care. It's always good. You know, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I say self-care at least once a month. Maybe twice a month. It just all depends on your situation and what you're doing. You know, what you got going on. Yes, self-care. That's it, girl. Self-care. That's it right there. We all need self-care. No matter what. I know I need to listen. Yeah, I need self-care right now. I need a vacation. I need all of that. But you know what? God is good. God is good. And when the timing is right, more so the vacation. Self-care, I got that. The vacation I do too when the time is right. But self-care, it is important. And then you got to practice self-forgiveness. Take a rest and speak gently to yourself. Forgive yourself. You know, not every day at least. Right. Not every day at least. But yeah. But you gotta love. What you say? Yeah, be doing this. Have been watching. Yeah, you have been not watching them. Yeah, yeah. But you got to practice forgiving yourself. Forgiveness. And we was just talking about that last night. I was on live last night where I do Facebook Live on Mondays. Yeah, I've been missing you too. Just make it on my Monday night live. So I don't know where you been, girl, but I've been missing you. But we was just talking about that with one of my guests I had yesterday on there. We were talking about one of the things she was talking about too was self-forgiveness. Things that she had to forgive herself for. You know, and there's a lot of things that okay, that's what's up, girl. That's what's up. Going to the gym, I feel you on that. And you have to, you know, forgive yourself. It's not your fault. You can't, you know what? God forgives us. You got to learn to forgive yourself as well. It's important. Forgive yourself. Don't make it seem, you know, that you're the problem. You know, forgive yourself. Whatever it is that you might be holding on to, you got to let it go and be like, you know what? I surrender. I just surrender all to you, God. And just forgive yourself. I want to say it's that simple, but it's not always that simple. And I said also that you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire world, deserves your love and affection. Yourself, you gotta love yourself. You can't wait for somebody else to love you. You gotta love yourself. You know, besides Jesus, because he always gonna love you. Even when you don't love him, he still loves you. But you got to learn to love yourself. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. You have to. That's an important thing. You know, and another thing, make eye contact. That's what I was saying. Making eye contact and smiling at people. A sincere smile can be a silent blessing. And that's so true because you never, like I said, you never know what people are going through. And you can't love anyone else properly if you can't love you for. You're right. If you can't love yourself, how you think you're going to love somebody else? That's not going to work. That's just going to be like all messed up. You get with somebody and you don't even love yourself and you trying to love that person. That's not going to work. At least I don't think it would work. Now, I could be wrong. You know, I could be wrong. I am no life coach or nothing, but I could be wrong. But like I said, a sincere smile can be a silent blessing for somebody. People think the problem is the other stuff, and that really is it. Yeah, people think the problem is other stuff, and that is really the problem. Right, exactly. They do. But that's really the problem. It is. You got to love yourself first. You have to love yourself first. I love myself. I love myself. I love I love God, my husband, myself. I love myself, and I would do what I have to do to take care of myself. And that's what you need to do. And then it said when you meet someone's eyes with warmth, you're silently saying you matter. You matter. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying when people look at you and then don't say nothing. That's why I learn now. I look at you right back. You know, and like I said, you matter. You matter. You matter. You said me too. It took a long time to get there, but I'm here. And girl, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. And you look good too. You look happy. Just from, and it's not like I've known you for a long time, but just from the time that I've known you and the things that we shared and we talked about. So I know, and you know, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing because you deserve to be happy. Just make it. You deserve to be happy. You know, so you continue to do what you got to do. Another thing is offer prayer or loving thoughts. When someone crosses your mind, whether it's a friend or a stranger, send a silent blessing or a prayer their way. Y'all know what? And I do that all the time. When somebody comes across my mind, I just automatically stop and pray for them. That's all I do. But we would talk, girl. Okay, but that's all I do. You know, if somebody comes across my mind or what have you, then I'll just say I'll pray for them. I don't even know what the situation may be, but you know what? I'll still stop and pray for them. I will do that, and that's part of being kind. That's part of showing compassion. It is. And it's important, y'all. I know some of y'all probably thinking this is so like whatever. But, you know, it's something I felt like I wanted to talk about. Being kind and showing compassion. That is important. You know, give without expectation. Give your time, help, or resources out, needing praise or a payment or whatever. That's part of showing kindness and compassion. Still, helping, giving your time. I know we all say we too busy. We're never too busy. Because one thing about it, you'll make time for what you want to make time for. And people always make time for what they want to do. I used to be just like that. I make time for what I want to do. But now I make time for what I want to do, and I make time for what needs to be done. Every morning. As matter of fact, every morning. I have my praise, worship, devotion time. I make time for that. Because that needs to be done. That's how my day starts. I need to have my devotional in the morning. I need that good hour and a half. Hour and a half, 2 hours, however long I am with the Lord. I need that time because that gets my day started. That helps me. That helps me to continue to show my kindness and compassion to others. You know, so it's important, y'all. It's important. That's just, you know, and I just really wanted to, you know, come out here and just share that about kindness and compassion. For each moment of kindness is a spark of light in the world that often feels shadowed by busyness, pain, and division. By being compassionate, you become a living embodiment of divine love. You become the answer to someone's silent prayer. You become the hands and heart of God in action. That's it. That's important. That's so important. That's so important. So basically, y'all, just you know, just practice kindness and compassion. Even if you don't, you know what I'm saying? Even if you think this is just like, okay, whatever she's saying, but I'm just here just delivering the message of being kind and compassionate because it's an important thing. And for me, you know, like I said, I haven't always been there. I wasn't always kind and compassionate to people. There was a time where I didn't care what people think about me. And you know, now don't get me wrong, I am kind and compassionate to people, but I don't concern myself about what people think about me. You know, a lot of people are like, you know, they ain't got time to be, I'm trying to be kind and compassionate. This person don't even care now. It doesn't matter what they think. It's what you do. It's what God sees that you do. He sees you being compassionate and caring for somebody. He sees that. Showing kindness. Because you're mirroring him. Because that's what he would do. Like they used to say, what would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't do anything except show kindness, compassion, love, forgiveness. All of that. Oh, and don't even let me start about forgiving. That's a part of it too, y'all. Forgiving. It's not always easy to forgive. And I'm here to tell you, it's not always easy to forgive. But you know what? I've learned to forgive. I've learned to forgive because that's what God will want me to do. Because I'm not going to hold a grudge against somebody and block my blessing because I can't forgive them. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know, I thank God that I have matured a lot. And I know now, you can't hold grudges. You can't, I'm not, like I said, I'm not blocking my blessing. God has been too good to me. And I'm not going to block my blessing or, just because I might feel a certain type of way about a person. That's not my problem. I don't care how a person feels towards me. I'm still going to show kindness. I'm still going to show love towards that person. Is it always easy? No. But you know what? It's worth doing. It's worth it. It's worth doing it. And I don't do it because I have to do it. I do it because I want to do it. I want to show kindness and compassion because I want somebody to show the same to me. If I need a helping hand, if I need somebody to help me do something, show me that same compassion and kindness. And and let me tell you something. I don't have a big circle of friends. Never have. I have a good little village though. I have a good village of people that I know have my back and lend a hand. You know what I'm saying? I have those people. But it's so important, y'all, to show kindness, show love, compassionate towards people. Like I said, we are living in some times that people are just mad. People walking around here just mad, upset, scared. But one thing about it, if you know Jesus and if you got Jesus is a part of your life, you have a relationship with him, you don't have to be scared. Because he's going to take care of you. He's going to take care of you. And like I said earlier, I'm not scared of what's going on. Am I concerned? Yeah, of course you're going to be concerned of what's happening. But I'm not scared because I know I'm covered. I know Jesus covers me and my family. And I know he's not going to let anything happen or harm us because he watches over us. So, y'all, like I always tell y'all, one thing for sure, you got to have a relationship with the Lord. You got to have that relationship. With that relationship, it's so much easier to show kindness and compassion. When you don't have that relationship with him, you're not even trying to show no kindness or compassion. You really don't care. You don't care. You want to show that kindness. You want to show that compassion to people. But like I said, when you don't have a relationship with the Lord, like I said, you ain't going to show no compassion. You might, but, for the most part, you don't. Because it's just not there. It's just not there. But I have learned through the years that kindness and compassion goes a long way. Goes a long way. Hey, sister, I see you. Yep, you late. Yes. You're late, but you're here. You're late. But that's okay, though, because you're still here. I still love you, girl, no matter what. And that's another one. And right there, y'all, let me tell you something. My, what's this, R3 Mix 87? 87, yeah, R3. My sister, that's my sister, y'all. Now, when I talk about kindness and compassion, she should win the award for kindness and compassion. Because I thought I was kind. Well, I know I am kind and compassionate. But this one right here, she wins the award of kindness. And no matter what, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what she might be going through. She always show kindness and compassion to anyone. And yeah, like I said, we all had those days where we don't want to be, bothered or whatever. We all had those days sometimes. But no matter what, with her, y'all listen. And I'm talking about R3 Mix 87. Number one. I'm telling you, that I love her so much. It's just, I can't even describe, how she is. Because there have been times where she has helped me still to this day with no problem. No, not even no hesitation. It's always like, what you need, sis, I got you. what you need. I mean, and that's just like I said, y'all. That's showing kindness and compassion. And the thing about it is, her and I worked together in healthcare together, and I seen how she was before I even really started working in facilities like she was in. I saw the compassion that she had for the people. I saw how she took care of them. And like I said, everybody can't do it. Everybody can't do it. But that one right there, that's my little sister, y'all. And when I tell you, compassionate, kind, loving, caring, she is the MVP, because she definitely does. And sis, I am so grateful to have you in my life. You just don't know. Girl, you don't know. We go back. But I appreciate you. And I'm just making it public to whoever on here and see, watch, replay, whatever, that you are definitely appreciated. And I don't know what I'd do without you, girl. That's why I be on you all the time, be calling you and texting you, even though it takes you a couple of days to get back. But I know you're going to holler back eventually. But yeah, y'all, so that was basically it today. I just kind of wanted to touch on kindness and compassion, and, you know, just showing love. Like I said, people hurting now. Crazy stuff going on. People scared. Don't know what's going to happen next. You know, and just a kind word. Just a kind word to somebody. Like I said, you'll be surprised what a kind word can say to one person. Person could be just totally mad for no reason, and you say a kind word to them. It goes a long way. And just like I said earlier, how you run into people, how I run into people in the store, and I can't stand. One of the things that just get to me is when they look right dead in my face and don't say anything. But you know, I've learned that doesn't bother me no more, because I'll say something to you. I'm going to be kind, and I'm going to show compassion. I'm going to say something to you. I figure if you're looking at me in my face, I'm going to say something to you. So that's going to make you have to open up your mouth and say something. But you know, it's all good though. You know, it doesn't bother me anymore, because I just go ahead and speak to him. Just go ahead and speak to him. That's it. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to tell you. That's all I really had to say about being kind and showing compassion. I appreciate y'all for strolling through, stopping by, what have you. This is something that I try to do every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock. You know, I don't know what I'm going to say that day. It's just whatever the Lord places on my heart to share. That's what I do. So I do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm also on Facebook. I do my Facebook Lives on Mondays at 7:30. Every Monday at 7:30. So, you know, always tune in. You can always tune in there. It's different from this one because I have a special guest each Monday that actually shares whatever they have gone through, how they overcame, the testimonies. You know, because everyone has a testimony. Everyone has gone through something. And I believe that everyone can share their testimony that will help someone else, because you never know that what you share, somebody could be experiencing the same thing. And then to hear how you came out of it, how God brought you out of it, it's just going to help that person. And that's the whole thing of my talk show on Mondays, Real Talk, Real Change. And that's exactly what it is. It's real talk. You know, everybody is like, they keep it 100. It's just real. So, like I said, if you guys, you know, feel free to tune in on Mondays at 7:30, Facebook Live. That's where I am. And again, here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7. And on that note, y'all, thank you so much for joining. Oh, and also, I also have a YouTube page. So if you don't get a chance to see any of the lives on my Facebook or on here, I normally just go ahead and put them on my YouTube page as well. And my YouTube page is Real Talk, Real Change. So you can also find any of the lives from here or on Facebook on my YouTube page. So with that being said, Y'all have a blessed evening. Enjoy today's only Tuesday. I can't say enjoy. Well, you can enjoy your week, but still. Have a blessed night, and I will see you back on Thursday. Love you guys. Have a blessed night.
We gotta get ready, get ready. We gotta get ready, get ready.